Hey folks, welcome to Bear Mountain. Today is the potato harvest day in the compost pile. Now you might remember we did a video several months ago where we planted a whole bunch of what are approximately Yukon Gold potatoes into an aging compost pile. The whole idea is that this compost is just going to be continually breaking down until we need it this fall, and then we're going to put it in our tunnel on our mums. So instead of letting it just kind of go to waste, what we did is we planted some potatoes in here. And these are not good storage potatoes in the sense that they store for a long time. So these are kind of the soft skin Yukon Gold types. They're great for boiling or maybe making a potato salad. Maybe not even a potato salad, but definitely like new potato type stuff. And so we're going to dig these guys out. Okay, so these guys have been in here since the end of March, and it's nearing the end of June. I know I'm not supposed to give dates on my videos, but the whole point on this is it's been about 3 months, and we're due for some really hot weather coming up in the next week. Summertime's really going to hit for us, but these guys have really started dying back, and we've actually been kind of stealing some potatoes out of here over the course of the last month or so, which is kind of like gonna go against our overall yield. But what we thought we'd do is we'd pull these guys out, see how many pounds of potatoes we got. I've got a scale here that was an old feed scale where basically it's kind of like a hanging scale where you can look and you can see a scale on it. You put a bucket on the end of it and you can see how many pounds you can get. So we can get a kind of an estimate of how many pounds we're gonna pull out of this thing. What we're going to do with the tops is we're just going to throw back on the pile. Now, this pile has shrunk again. It looks to me like about another 6 inches since we planted. So this is it's working out pretty good. And the next thing I'm going to do is I've got a whole bunch of sweet potatoes left. Denise says I'm going to have too many sweet potatoes this year, but I thought it'd be a great way to finish it off. We'll wet this down. This thing has not been watered at all, other than whatever we naturally have had as rainfall, and we have had very little rain.
We had a really good rain.
About 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 10 days, yeah.
Yeah, and if that we got about 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch.
It was pretty soaker.
But that was kind of the only real rain we've
had. That's it. That's it. And you haven't watered the pile at all.
No, nope, haven't. So this has all just been working on moisture that it absorbed, in its process of decomposing and what it picked up over the winter time. So for the sweet potatoes, though, we're going to have to irrigate. So once we clean this out, we're going to thoroughly wet the pile down. I'm just going to put a sprinkler on it for a good part of the day to get it all nice and damp. And then we're just going to go through and plant sweet potatoes in here. And I'll probably have to put a net over them to kind of protect them because the deer will probably go after these guys. So, but from that standpoint though, there shouldn't be too much more we need to do other than water it every once in a while during the summertime just to kind of keep the potato vines growing. And we should really actually get a fairly good harvest, I think, of sweet potatoes out of this, because this soil is, it's compost, so it's gonna work great. Okay, so the potatoes we've kind of like dug out here, kind of reaching around, pulling out, have varied in size from very small itty bitty potatoes to actually some are almost the size of a nice baked potato. And we've had no disease, no scab, no hollow heart, nothing.
No worms,
so
nothing.
We think that if we're blessed, as we pull everything out of here, it should be in pretty good shape. I did put straw on the bed to kind of protect, from too many potatoes getting exposed to sunlight, and so far I've only found a couple of them. So I'm thinking that's not going to be too bad. So pulling these guys out shouldn't be too much work, I'm thinking. So we should just probably get at it.
You don't need to fork them out. You're just going to pull the plant.
I'm just going to try to pull the plant and see, okay, here's the plant. So the potatoes are I'm going to have to probably work my way around to find them. I say for now, I think I'm just going to set these guys aside. See, voila.
What do you mean?
Potatoes.
Let's see that spine up close.
That's good looking.
Dang.
So we'll put what we got in our bucket.
Spudpalooza.
Hmm?
Spudpalooza.
Yeah. I already measured the weight of my bucket, so I already know it's 1.5 pounds empty, so.
Show some more spuds.
Okay. Here's a record keeper. Oops.
The steely marble.
The steely marble, yeah. No, I mean, there's actually a lot of them. So we're just digging down.
Can I be like the 4th of July? Ooh. Ah.
Trying not to, and I don't see really, so far, I have not encountered anything that's got, sun spots on it. So, wow, there's still moisture in here. That's amazing. As dry as it's been, that is really chilly.
It's a good thing, though, that we're pulling these up because it's gotta be really hot.
That's the original. I don't need that. Nice ones. So, yeah, I think we're going to get a lot. Wow, I go further down in here, and there's just a lot of moisture still in the pile. So, that's a good thing. And the compost is really starting to break down. There's lots of good sized ones. I'm not going to worry about
The dinkies.
the really dinky ones. So we'll just set those guys aside. Yeah, I'm going to get really
So is
snotty.
that the second plant there?
That was the second one, yeah. And like I said, we've been stealing out of here, so
And it's been yummy.
some of these guys, I mean, they're all just really, I got a lot of them that are just really nice size.
It just seems really odd that you don't have to even use a potato fork.
No, it's really nice and soft.
I remember in the previous days of growing potatoes, we'd have to use a potato fork to get them out, and there was always like the best potato would get speared.
Yeah.
It would be such a bummer.
Lots of good ones in this one.
So are these the ones that we had the other morning sort of for
Yeah.
brunch?
Yeah,
that
we fried them up.
that we had
With, fresh onion.
fresh garden
peppers.
onion, our own onion.
Yeah. Peppers. That's the old potato. I don't want to get the old seed potato. Don't want to eat that. Yeah, so far, like I haven't really found many that have any kind of sun this year. I bet I'm gonna get several bucket loads here by the time we're done, because I'm already.
So, if these ones don't store really well, what are your thoughts on preservation?
Well, you could can them.
Do canned, small, canned.
And you could dehydrate some to just use as like in soups or something. And then I'm thinking also too, we promised a few to friends, so
Oh yeah,
we're gonna give some away.
that's right.
And
You had some people that have been willing to come out here.
mhm.
And so we said, hey, do you like spuds? And they went, yeah.
Nice ones. And the thing is about these guys is potatoes.
Whoa.
Nice one, huh?
Wait, put it down lower. Right there, look at that spud. Nice.
Clean, no scars. All right, we're gonna get probably a bucket and a little bit more out of here. We've got all the different sizes in here, from nice and big to medium to little dinky ones that are great for boiling. Or actually probably some of these little guys, like something like, you know, this size or smaller, I'll probably just keep for some seed potato in our kind of root cellar cooler thing. But it's just curious about how many pounds we got out of this thing. I think we had 30 plants in here in total.
I wanted to say 36, but
I don't think it was that many. But you know what?
you have to go back to the
Somebody
video.
will have to go back and watch the video.
Back to the videotape.
We got this old, it's actually, it was just kind of a hand scale for measuring out feed. And this used to be on Denise's grandmother's farm years and years ago. And it goes up to 50 pounds. So I'm not sure, I don't think this is anywhere near 50 pounds in this bucket. But it's probably, the bucket itself weighs 1.5 pounds. So, well, let's see, 20, 25, 31. Yep, looks like 31. So they're about 30 pounds of potatoes in this bucket.
It's hard to read. I can't read it from here.
Okay. It's like 30 pounds.
All right. Cool.
Yep.
And we ate probably, what, 5?
Oh, yeah, at least.
We got that yet to measure.
I still got a little bit more left, so it'll be...
Maybe about 40 pounds we actually grew.
I mean, some of these guys are just huge.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the last of these guys in.
You think that you've got everything cleaned out?
Well, there's probably
Other
still,
than the little really tiny ones?
yeah, there's probably still these little pearl-sized ones. But I mean, I guess they could sprout, but I'm not going to worry about them. When I go to apply the compost, I'll just pull out what's left that I missed. But yeah, it shouldn't be that bad. So let's see what we got on this one. Let's see if I can read it. It's like 7 pounds. So we got about another 6 on our 29 to 30. So let's just call it an even 35 pounds of potatoes.
Even counting the ones that we ate?
No. Counting the ones we ate, we're at 40.
40 pounds.
40 pounds. We lost, it looks like, about 1.5 pounds to getting discolored with green. And then we still got all the greens to throw back in the compost pile. So this isn't too bad. Okay, this is kind of a wrap up here. We got about 35 pounds harvested, plus we took out a 5 or so over the course of as things were ripening up. So we got about 40 pounds out of this little patch of potatoes. And remember, these were potatoes that we originally bought last year as organic potatoes just from a supermarket. They weren't treated or anything. And we grew some of them last year, and then we saved a bunch for seed potato. And that's what we put in here. So all in all, this is like a no-cost deal. We never watered it. Nature rarely watered it, and we still got about 40 pounds of potatoes.
So, would you do it again?
Yeah, I would. And you know what? I think based on as I pulled the plants out, because I think moisture in the top 6 inches was getting a little dry. The plants themselves were they could have put out more potatoes if we'd gotten more rain.
So that's the one downside that you
Yeah.
see is we maybe should have watered because this year is so dry.
But that was part of the experiment. Could we get potatoes with, this basically was dry land, in a sense.
Right.
And we never watered it, and they weren't irrigated. Nature just took care of it, and it proves, yeah.
But if we really wanted to have more potatoes, we should have watered it, particularly that during that one period that was really dry.
Yeah, probably middle of May to, probably starting in early May, because we put these guys in near the end of March.
It seemed like we just did it.
Yeah, and it basically stopped raining pretty much a week after we put these guys in.
And we only had that one rain about 10 days ago.
Yeah, about 10 days ago, around the 10th of June, somewhere right around in there. And
that's it.
That's it. And it's dry. It's been dry now, and it's going to be hot. So these guys weren't going to do anything more. The compost pile itself has shrunk down again. And what I'm going to do before I plant the sweet potatoes is I'm going to kind of reshape it a little bit. I'm going to use these potatoes here, the potato vines, as mulch. So I'm going to throw that over the top. And then I'm going to plant the sweet potato plants after I wet the entire pile down, plant them directly into the compost. And we'll have to do some protection and some irrigating because it's going to be really dry for the rest of our summer, probably till September. So these guys the sweet potatoes will definitely need irrigation.
So these potatoes were Yukon Golds.
We think.
We think. Okay, do you think this would work with any kind of potato or just...
Well, the whole thing was what we were trying to do is get it so you didn't get a potato crop fast out of it, so you didn't have to irrigate it.
So it'd
be this or like another early season one, like a red Norland. Or
okay,
something
that's
like that.
what I was trying to get at. Is
I mean, you could do it with russets, but russets will be like all the way through the summer.
Right, and so that's what I'm trying to get at. Is it works basically for those that are new potatoes.
Yeah.
That you want to dig in.
But you could do it with the other ones. You just have to irrigate.
Right.
And we're going to, like I said, when the sweet potatoes are in here, we're going to be irrigating.
Right.
And probably when we get finished with the sweet potatoes, this pile will probably be another 3 inches further down. Now, what we're going to be doing with this compost is this is not going to be like a deep compost thing and going, well, you used it all up. That's not the point. The point is we're actually putting things in here by the root exudates of the plants that we're putting in here to feed the biology that's in this compost as it continues to break down. We're going to be using this as inoculant. The soil underneath this, when we dig the sweet potatoes, the soil underneath this, the interface of this, is going to be our compost soil that we're going to be using for our Jadam microorganism solution. And so we'll be using that for extracts. And then the compost itself, once we cut the mums down this fall, we'll use it as just a very light top dress over the mum row with some biochar and start the process all over again. And I'm going to build more piles.
Oh, goody.
Okay, folks, it's getting dark. Sun's going down, so we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. And hey, as always, stay safe out there, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.